11 Must-have motorcycle accessories. EyeRide HUD. This device, created by former Airbus and BMW engineers, allows a motorcycle rider to ride with full access to all needed functions without taking their eyes off the road or hands off the handlebars. The EyeRide HUD is almost futuristic in its functions. It is a tiny high-tech projector within the rider's helmet. EyeRide provides map directions and displays directly in your line of sight, so you will never miss a turn. EyeRide is equipped with voice commands to keep you informed. Using Nano HD OLED technology from Sony, the projector will provide 3000 nits of brightness, which is 3 times brighter than an iPhone screen under direct sunlight. Voice commands along with a small remote button that's attached to the handlebar allow you to accept or make phone calls and play music, all without touching your phone. This is a standalone device that is easy to install and works with nearly every helmet maker on the market, even bicycle helmets. In case of an accident, an immediate alert is when riding in a car or truck and you're involved in a hard enough crash. Airbags are often deployed as a safety measure for the vehicle's occupants. This type of setup is impossible to achieve when driving a motorcycle, but the Helite Free Air Vented Airbag Jacket fulfills this need. Essentially, it is an airbag for your body that immediately deploys on impact and fully inflates in 0.1 seconds. The body airbag is embedded inside apparel such as jackets or vests and has an invisible CO2 cartridge, which can easily be replaced if needed at an affordable price. But the difference between this and regular car airbags is they can be used multiple times without returning it for servicing. It operates without batteries and is mechanically triggered. The jacket protects vital parts of a rider's body and those likely prone to injury during an accident using SAS Tech Level 2 armor the rider's back, neck, and thorax. Rigid materials within the jacket also protect shoulders, elbows, hips, and abdomen, covering all areas. This body airbag is absolutely vital to riders and keeping them safe. Cosmo Moto. The Cosmo Moto is not an ordinary brake light for the back of your motorcycle. Instead, it's a brake light that attaches to the back of your helmet. The light is compatible with just about all commercially available helmets for motorcycles and bicycles as well. With the idea and concept that went into designing this device, its primary goal was to allow greater visibility of a motorcyclist's deceleration each time they slow down by braking. When the throttle is released or the clutch is engaged, it will emit a red light. The purpose of having this light on the back of a helmet is based on the assumption that your helmet is at the eye level of drivers or other riders behind you. This gives them an immediate alert in their field of view that is entirely unobstructed, increasing safety for everyone on the road. Cosmo Moto contains a 3-axis accelerometer, speed variation detection, 3-axis rate sensors, and angular velocity measurements to detect deceleration and a fall. Finally, when paired with the app, the device has an added level of safety for the rider. In case of an accident, an immediate alert is sent to friends and family. Quad lock fork stem mount. No matter what type of vehicle you are driving, your smartphone will always be in arm's reach, but it comes with a bit of a challenge when driving a motorcycle. Most traditional motorcycle mounts are applied to the handlebars, often not completely stable. The quad lock fork stem mount provides just the proper placement for a smartphone when on a motorcycle. In fact, it should be at the top of every rider's list as a must-have. It works by attaching to the hollow steering tube of the motorcycle. Then once it's installed, the mount and smartphone will be directly in line with the steering axis. It will turn as you turn, and you can tilt the adjustment arm to get the perfect view angle using what the company calls a dual-stage locking mechanism. The phone is prevented from accidentally falling off even on a bumpy road, such as off-roading. The quad lock also has a pro version that includes a weatherproof wireless charging head and USB to keep your phone charged during your journey. FOBO Bike 2. Tire pressure monitoring systems often come pre-built with many new motorcycle models. But in case yours doesn't, the FOBO Bike 2 is precisely what you need. This TPMS is simple to install and works directly with your smartphone via Bluetooth technology and app. After attaching the valve cap, pressure sensors are properly installed and attached to the tires. The smartphone app will display all data that you need, including current pressure and temperature inside the tires. The sensors are as small as a penny and only weigh 7.6 grams and include a battery. The FOBO Bike 2 provides real-time monitoring, and the valve caps won't inflate nor deflate your tires, but will give an alert each time pressure is too low or too high, depending on the parameters set. The alert can be audio, haptic, or text on a smartphone, smartwatch, or Bluetooth headset. An intelligent algorithm will provide 3 levels of alerts when the thresholds are breached to keep you informed. Thinkware Sports M1. A dash cam can be important and sometimes necessary when riding on a motorcycle. Still, unfortunately, motorcycles don't have dashboards, so you will often mount one on the handlebars above the mirrors, or anywhere else you see fit, depending on your bike. The Thinkware Sports M1 is a 1080p all-terrain waterproof camera. At a waterproof rating of IP66, it can capture the footage no matter the weather outside. With advanced electronic image stabilization, you can ensure all recorded footage will be perfectly smooth and steady, so no shaky, jittery, unwatchable footage. The camera uses a 2.13 megapixel Sony Star bus lens to record video in full HD at 30 frames per second. In addition, it has a 140-degree viewing angle, so you never miss anything. Thinkware Sports M1 has built-in Wi-Fi to send recorded footage directly to your smartphone. The camera works by hardwiring it to the motorcycle's battery so it can turn on and off automatically with the ignition. It is a wonderful addition to a motorcycle. Dynamoto. Motorcycles are small but heavy vehicles, and moving them around is no easy feat to accomplish. The Dynamoto is an impressive motorcycle stand with omnidirectional wheels called rotocasters. This stand is designed similarly to a typical set of race stands made to lift both wheels off the ground. But unlike race stands, it is much easier to transport and move the bike around in any direction thanks to the rotocasters. The Dynamoto set includes front wheel and rear wheel stands. The multidirectional wheels consist of 3 wheel plates that rotate forward or backward in a fixed orientation. Every single plate contains 8 polyurethane rollers that roll sideways, and with each stand using 3 rotocaster wheels allows movement in all directions. This stand is simple to use and easily stores your bike without much hassle, all while keeping it in an upright and stable position. The Dynamoto is tough and durable and can roll on rough asphalt, concrete, or even tile. Garmin zūmo XT. Garmin products top the list for all vehicle navigational system makers. It has manufactured a myriad of GPS devices for cars, motorcycles, mountain climbers, hikers, and athletes for nearly 3 years. Garmin often offers its customers lifetime map updates to be sure they are always kept current. The Garmin zūmo XT is one of the best navigational system devices for motorcycles. Features of the GPS include a bright glove-friendly display on a 5.5-inch screen that is rain-resistant. When wearing a Bluetooth-enabled helmet, you can also hear spoken turn-by-turn directions and various traffic alerts. The zūmo XT has a very sturdy build and great battery life. Even when set to 100% brightness, the battery can last up to 3.5 hours, and when set to regular settings, it can last up to 6 hours. If you don't want to worry about battery life at all, the zūmo XT can also be hardwired for constant, uninterrupted power. This GPS was made perfectly with the motorcyclist in mind and will not disappoint. Sena 10C Pro. Among motorcyclists today, helmet-mounted cameras are not unusual. Riders of all types enjoy recording their journeys and posting their adventures online. They are also quite helpful if an insurance dispute comes up. The Sena 10C Pro is a 4-way intercom and camera with a 3.7 megapixel lens that records footage in 2K at 30 frames per second or 1080p at 60 frames per second and covers a field of view 135 degrees. The camera is also useful when riding in a group of 4 because all 4 members can stay in touch within a mile radius. When the camera is connected to a smartphone, it can play music and provides spoken navigation. Sena 10C Pro has 17 hours of talk time, 2 hours of recording time, and can charge in 3.5 hours. A memory card can be added for extra storage up to 64 gigabits. LIVALL Smart Motorcycle Helmet. The Chinese company LIVALL has been known for the past 6 years for specializing in helmets for skiing and cycling. But they are expanding their market to motorcycle helmets too. The Smart Motorcycle Helmet was unveiled at CES in 2020. This helmet has a built-in front-facing 4K camera with 2 front lights. The back of the helmet is attached with tail lights that function as brake and turn signals. The top contains a visor-mounted operating mechanism, and each side has circular buttons to access more functionalities such as phone calls and GPS. The left button allows you to communicate with the passenger and the right button is for managing phone calls. Inside the helmet, a HUD projects relevant information such as speed, navigation, caller ID, battery life, and alerts. The helmet not only protects your head for safety, but is also equipped with a blind spot control system for enhanced safety for the rider on the road. ROAME Zeros. Motorcycle shoes, also called shorty boots, are iconic to riders. But the ROAME Zeros are very stylish but look a bit more like children's shoes with all the blinking lights. These are not decorative lights, and they work in conjunction with brake and turn signals while riding a motorcycle. Ideally made to increase safety for riders and visibility to drivers or other riders behind you to help reduce road accidents, specifically at night. To get them to work, you need to add a wireless relay to the light system on the motorcycle. Using the built-in wireless receiver in the boots will turn its lights red when braking and yellow when using turn signals. The shoes themselves are not only fashionable but comfortable. Each boot is lined with padding for impact protection against the ankles and toe area. The leather is also abrasion resistant, while the rubber outsole will provide a long wear life. Overall, the Zeros are comfortable, safe, and easy to set up to keep everyone safe.